this is Mackinaw City at the tippy top of Michigan, the Lower Peninsula. And it's a tourist town. And there's many hotels and motels. We are on Huron Avenue. It's a very busy town. We just left our motel and we came down here to eat at the breakfast buffet, which we did get a half-off deal for staying in the room that we did. It's called Toast A Go-Go, and it was very busy in there, very busy. It's a buffet. It looks like it's maybe slowed down a little bit. But as you can see, there's a lot of people walking. Over there is Lake Huron, and where the ferries are to get to Mackinac Island. This is a Starline parking lot. People. Oh. Okay. There's a little art show, I believe. It might be why there's extra people here. Oh, we got the Tittabawassee Valley Fife and Drum Corps. I see them in different places. There's a pretty interesting looking place. Oh, it's a zip line. I do enjoy zip lines, but I haven't been to that one. That's Mackinac Crossings. It's a large mall area. Let's see. The gateway to Mackinac Island. Okay, we have come to the most northern part of Mackinaw City, where we're right next to the Lake Huron. There's still motels down here. That's the Riviera, and they have a vacancy. And there is a Lighthouse, Old Mackinaw Point Lighthouse. And there is that is a state park, actually. That ramp up there is the ramp to the Mackinaw Bridge. And if you stay down here on the ground level, it's where you can park and go to Fort Mackinac. It is spelled with a C, but it's pronounced Mackinac. But Mackinaw City ends with a W on the end instead of a C, which is very confusing to most people. Fort Mackinac is very old, from the colonial days in the Revolutionary War, I guess. I'm not really that great on the wars and some of the history, but that is the big beautiful bridge. We've been over it many times. It was built in the 1950s. My step-grandfather helped construct it. He was a crane operator. And this is the park we come to most of the time when we come up here. We are from mid-Michigan. Alright. We're parking the car and I'll be right back. Okay, we are out of the car. And we kind of have to watch where we walk because there's, doo-doo. It's very humid today, and you can see how hazy the sky looks. It's like that a lot up here. That is Mackinaw Island right over there. Far out there. And there's a long white structure. If you can see it, that is the Grand Hotel. That is the crown and glory of Michigan right there. I never get tired of it. I will get a better view later on, and we will be going to a lighthouse in a little while. That's farther west, where we can get a view also. We found a bench, and we're watching the waves come in, and there's a large ship crossing through the straits. Most of the time they're carrying iron ore. And if you look, there's a Mackinac Island ferry. They also run ferries from the town directly across the bridge, which is St. Ignace. And we've been there many times also, and we will be there tonight. It's not as busy as this town. In fact, we actually prefer being over there. I'm not afraid of heights, not afraid to cross bridges. I've driven over that bridge. I just don't like the center lane, which is consists of a metal grate that the wind can blow through, so the bridge doesn't lift up in the wind. The wind can like pass right through. I don't like driving on the metal grate because it's noisy, and it kind of makes you feel like you're like swaying back and forth. But my husband loves to drive on it.
On occasions I will.
I say, please don't drive on the metal grate.
That's about the time
Sometimes you have to though, because most of the time there's construction on the bridge. I don't think they ever stop painting it, which is always been a green and cream. It's not blue like you would think it would be. I think it's 5 miles long. I've heard 7 miles, but I think it's 5, including all of the ramps. But it sure doesn't seem like 5 when you're on it. It seems like maybe 1. Yeah, there's a ferry. Probably returning to St. Ignace. We have been to Mackinac Island many times also. It is like stepping back in time. There's no cars allowed. They only have emergency vehicles. So you're either walking, riding a bike, or taking a horse-drawn carriage tour. Or you can actually ride a horse. But I'd say most people ride bikes. We have been up in there. It's a long climb. But I just love lighthouses. I just think they're like, they're a thing of the past, but it's just a nice thing. Like, you're doing something nice for the boats out in the lakes and oceans. Like, be careful. You're almost to the shore. Here's where a certain place is. And you had your lighthouse keepers, which was a very hard job because in the years past they had to climb all those stairs and go up there and light the light, get it going at night, keep it going. Old Mackinaw Point is called. And there's some other buildings next to it. I'm not sure what those were 4 years ago, but I know there's a gift shop. I think it costs maybe $15 or $20 to go in there, but if you really enjoy lighthouses, it's really nice. And here we have a lot of Canadian geese. I just find it interesting that the cars look like they're going really slow across the bridge, and yet they're not. And again, that's Mackinac Island. And there are some other islands which are not inhabited. If you look way over, there's a parasailer. That is not something I would do. I'll do a zip line, but not parasailing. There's two stragglers back there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the bridge just kind of tips down, lands in the water, but it's an optical illusion. It really doesn't. And past the bridge is called Lake Michigan. This is the dividing line between the two lakes. I mean, there's no difference in the water, but just in the name. We are here at McGulpin Point Lighthouse. It's just outside of Mackinaw City. It was very easy to get here. And I'm almost 57 years old, and I never knew this was here. It was only about a 2-mile drive at the most out of Mackinaw City, the downtown area. I guess there's a little museum in there, and from what I understand, you can climb the tower, which we're going to attempt. We've climbed taller lighthouse towers than that one, so we'll see. It's just very warm and humid today. So we'll see what we can do. Alright, we have made it to the stairs to the Lighthouse Tower here at McGulpin Point. There are 44 steps, and I guess you have to squeeze through a little porthole of sorts, and we've done it before. We're going to be climbing up here. We will see you at the top. Made it to the top. It wasn't bad at all. In fact, about 6 or 7 steps up, we discovered there was a second level and a little room to sit down. So we sat in there a few minutes, caught our breath, climbed the rest of the way up. It was really easy. I'm a little out of breath, but I'm out of shape too. And you can see the bridge. Don't know how well it's showing up. It's very humid and hazy. You have to crawl through a couple of little small openings to come outside. Very nice gentleman operating the building told us the history. Said for several years, or many years, this was just somebody's residence. In fact, the center light holding structure was removed for a long time. They put a new one back in, and there's an LED lamp in there that actually does operate at night. I wish I could be able to see it. You can just keep going around and around, of course. That would be Lake Michigan on that side. I believe maybe that's where that gentleman lives. Very kind man. Right now, it's only $3 per person to climb up here. Let's see. Oh, that's a very heavy door. I'll have to go back around. Now we're getting a rooftop view of the rest of the original residence. Look, they had a little wooden spire right here. That's very old. Wow. What if they had like a little
Lightning rod?
Well, lightning rod or like the
Windmill?
Not windmill, but
Or
weather vane.
weather vane.
Yeah. I believe there's something in that building to see. Very cute. Yep, I do enjoy being up high for some reason. Maybe I used to be a cat, I don't know. I will see you on the ground. I-75, hopped on the freeway ramp going north, up onto the Mackinac Bridge, going up. Water is way down there. There are actually men, maybe women too, you never know, that climb those towers for maintenance. I think there's stairways inside of them. I can't imagine. The traffic is slower today because of the high winds. Coming to the first tower. Looks like we might have to switch over to riding on the grate if we want to get around this camper. Oh boy, I don't like riding on the grate. Maybe we can get over, I don't know. Okay. When I was a child, I used to think you had to drive your car way up on those rails and then go back down again. Dumb, dumb, dumb. To the Upper Peninsula. Which if you're from Michigan, you just call it the UP. And traditionally, people that live in the UP are called Upers. heard of Upers, or the music band Upers. They're from up here. Wow. There's a long line of cars waiting to get through the toll booth. Whew. So we will see you somewhere up ahead. We are going to head west. Heading west on US 2 in the Upper Peninsula. This is a beach area. We are heading over to Palms Brook State Park to visit Kitch-Iti-Kipi Spring, which is a very clear spring that you ride out on a floating raft of sort. Not sure what all we can do there, but it sounds refreshing, and we'll be there in maybe an hour and 20 minutes. So we're just going to enjoy the ride. See you there. We have arrived at Kitch-Iti-Kipi Spring, and there's a long way to get on the raft that takes you across. It's a very beautiful clear spring. You're supposed to be able to see down to the bottom. So when we get up closer, I'll show it to you.
But it had not. It's like, why is it empty?
Remember that thing? Do you remember that? What was that? Okay, do you remember the...
Did you ditch Maddie? Did you ditch her?
That was some number. That's what's going to be water.
Where'd she go? It's all very reasonable.
Welcome, each round takes about 15 minutes. We can only fit so many people. This is our betweenie spot. That means anybody in front of me is at least a half hour. This is the next round, next, and way back there. You're not all gonna fit on the next one, so we've got 45 minutes. We're gonna be able to load about this many people. Don't go by how many people you see going by. Everything is about a weight calculation. So we're looking at you a little bit differently. 4,000 pounds is what fits on the raft. We ask that you stay on the pathway because this is a cedar swamp. We don't want to cause
Good thing we lost weight.
It causes all kinds of problems over here. Most importantly, the most important thing, don't watch that raft. The more you watch it, the slower it goes. It's like watching paint dry. No attention.
I'd rather stare at the water.
You can see him better now.
I wonder what they do. Dad, I'm actually whoa, those are some real I think fish over there. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.